All right, I'm back. Now listen, I got a little story time. This is all story time, really, but it's real though. This ain't no fairy tale, which a lot of us that do story time, it do be real. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn the thing down. Anywho, so we are definitely going to talk about how we must guard our consciousness, and that's me actually going over two videos. I mean, two movies that I've came across recently on two different occasions, and I'm going to go into that. Oh, and it sparked some thoughts. It really had me thinking about this, and so I'm gonna share that with y'all. I'm gonna go over that with y'all. But let's talk about the experience that happened to me. Okay, that happened to me just recently. You cannot tell me that this world isn't is stuff not going on. Okay, the world isn't just evolving. Things are evolving, man. We are as a species and everything. The planet, just everything's are changing straight up. And what's confirmation is what happened to me right here. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all, I just got a message. I just got a download. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Despite what I've just processed, it was very crazy in a good way. I don't know if I'm gonna share that part, but I'm gonna just share the story with you, right? Okay. So I even from when I woke up today, okay, let's start with me going to the gym. And this is to speak to divine timing. Okay. This is really to speak to divine timing. So my friend and I, we go and she does my hair. She does a wonderful job with my hair. We go working out and we go to her gym this morning. And so we go, she says, well, she shows me around because I'm a member of Planet Fitness and she has her Edge Fitness. And so we're going to, like just take turns. So we go into her gym and she's showing me around and I say, well, let's go. She asked me like, where did I want to go? What did I want to do? And so I said, let's go over into this room or whatever, we can lift weights and do this. And the room was nice. It wasn't just us and somebody else in there. And so we're doing our exercises and in walks a lady. And she walks in, she's talking about, we're asking her, do we have to leave? Because we find out that she's there to teach a class. She said, no, if you want to stay and be in the class. I'm like, okay, why not? We'd already been working out, but okay. And she was explaining what it was, and it sounded like something that it could be challenging, but it sounds feasible. So let's stay, she's showing me her arms and I'm really concerned about my arms. Her arms used to be like mine. Now she has muscle tone, whatever. Okay, let's do this. So in that case, it was divine timing. We went to the right gym. We picked the right gym because we just started working out today. And we got there at the right time and we happened to run into her. I really believe that was divine timing. I know it's just simple things like that. Messages all day. And so y'all, oh my God, y'all, you got to forgive me. I am tickled. Okay, I'm tickled because of the message I received. It was like, I don't know if you get your messages like that, but I was telling the story earlier about what I'm about to tell you, and it flashed in my head like boom, that and boom, the other thing, and the connection. It was flashing up like pictures and stuff, to show me what that was about. Oh my God, that's crazy. So that was great. The whole divine timing. I'm sorry, y'all. The message it distracts me when it's coming in, and my apologies. And so today I'm coming home from working out, right? Minding my business. I'm minding my business. and there's a squirrel outside, right? No, that's normal, especially around my area. Squirrels, they're minding their business, doing whatever that they do. And animals are beautiful, right? Because they're part of creation from creator, and they live by a code. I'm intrigued by animals. But what I don't do is I don't go around messing around with the hood pets. I don't, the domesticated ones, cats, dogs, I got that. I don't even really be messing with birds for real. But domesticated, okay. I don't get lizards and snakes. I don't think those wouldn't be choice pets for me. That's not knocking anybody. It's just, I respect everything. And I think we should know how to live in this thing cohesive where it applies and stay at our lane. You know what I'm saying? We can stay in our lane and still appreciate other lanes, but we just need to stay in our own. And that's what I do. And so the squirrel is across the street and he's coming across the street. That's not a big idea. I mean, that's not out of the ordinary. They cross the fucking street. You know what I mean? And I also want to point out, I have literally seen people on apps complain about the populations of different animals. I don't do that. They were here. We start building on their land. I'm not going to complain about something that's their home. How pompous and how serving and just inconsiderate and all type of words we could throw at it. It is, and it's just not cool. But again, I don't mess with these animals. Can give me rabies. I don't want that. That's not a gift. That's not something I'm checking for. How about you? You checking for that? Probably not. So so now not only is this squirrel, and you're going to say, you're nuts, Racquel, you're completely whacked out of your head. And I get it, but I promise you this happened to me. I promise you. So the squirrel's coming across the street and it locks eyes with me. The squirrel, why are you looking? Because now I'm coming out the door onto my porch from my room. I wanted to, look at the sun. It's been gray. I'm like, oh, let me just get a little bit of this sun. And then I get stuck out there by this squirrel because it's not every Monday that squirrels roll up on me like this. It just don't happen. And I know people think that's a good thing. If animals are drawn to you, that's a good thing. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that, but I had to hurry up, scurry back in my house with my eyes on the squirrel as the squirrel watching me. So it keeps coming up to me, stopping and doing this. I'm like, is it trying to talk to me? Is it talking to me now? And then like half of it is shaved. Like half of it to the middle of his torso is shaved. And I'm like, I mean, is he about to join the army or something? Squirrel's got an army? He's scalped. I was trying to figure out, what's going on. I was. And so, he came up to the glass, to the door. He came up to the door and he's doing this to me. And I'm just like, well, what's going on with your heart, buddy? What's going on? Baby. So today is a blessed day. It is, because these things are happening and they're all positive signs, really. When you really look at them, they're all, because it's all messages. The first with the gym was trust in the process. Everything is going to work out. The second message is personal, and I know what the message is. I'll say that. So it's all good in the hood. But this is the part where we get into the title of the video. We must guard our consciousness. Okay, story time. So the other day, my husband Byron was watching Jurassic Park. Now, my parents can vouch for this. When I was 8 years old, I believe it was 8 years old at the time I saw this at the movies. It was in the movies. And I was screaming at the movie screen during the movie Jurassic Park. I was screaming at it. I was very upset with the kids, right? Because what I now realize today, as I told the story earlier before it didn't work out with me telling everything on TikTok, I now see that, and I really saw this yesterday, and I'm putting it together. So part of this is coming from when you're watching a movie and analyzing how I watched movies last night. And part of it is coming from just now, or just earlier when I was talking today. While I'm watching a movie, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I'm internalizing what they're saying, what they're not saying, how good their acting is, and with their body language, how they're sending the message through. And I'm analyzing what's going on, the hidden messages, and if it makes sense. It's a lot of stuff that I'm going through. But I also absorb the stress or distress or whatever emotion. But if it's stressful, I'm gonna pick it up for sure. I'm gonna pick up the love and stuff like that. But stress and all that, it's intense. It's intense, and it makes sense why we're always put into these. Oh, I'll just say that without saying too much. And so as my husband's watching this, it took me back to 8-year-old me in the theater. And it's, what's really fucked up is because you have a person like me that feels how I'm going to say how I feel in a minute here. And then you have another person who's is a loving, sweet person, but they just want to watch the movie. They just want to enjoy the movie. They don't want you coming around over philosophizing the shit and making it complicated or taking the fun out of it. They just want to enjoy the movie. And I get it. And I respect that. We got to also respect other people now. It can't just be about us. But it took me back to 8-year-old me. And I realized that I embody these emotions of what's being conveyed from the screen. So now you got these two kids. They're in distress. They're in the car. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to go. It's a T-Rex over them, and instantly they don't have a chance in the wind. It's not nothing. Ain't no Captain Planet coming. Darkwing Duck. Ain't nobody coming through. Ain't no Avenger. Baby, they are nothing against this T-Rex, okay? They're out short of a miracle. They are pretty much out of there. This is what I'm picking up. Now, of course, they didn't die. But in that scenario, that's how it could have went. And that's how all of that energy was absorbed into me. And then the girl is screaming. Now, keep in mind, you don't have a chance in the wind. Okay. And the moment you're sitting in the car, see, because I put myself in this predicament, the car, it's upside down, the glass is shattered, you're vulnerable, the wind is going, it's cold because your bones are chilled from the intense, fear that just hit you because this predator. Now you are the prey, looking at your size and their size, their teeth, your teeth, sizing each other up. I mean, at this point, he wouldn't even care if I had an AK-47. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? You're doing all of this. And instantly, when you see the T-Rex, your heart begins to sink and fall deep into your toe, your pinky toe. It hits your pinky toe. You know how small your pinky toe, your heart, yep, it flips right into the pinky toe and stays there. Okay, you are scared shitless. Okay, I'm sure you will probably lose your bowels at that point. I don't know. I'd hate to have a full bladder in this situation. I hate, you know what? I'm the type of person, I empty my bladder before I leave work, before I leave the house. I just don't want to be caught in traffic with a full bladder. That happens to be something that I'm very proactive against happening to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So what are you going to do? And so at this point, the best thing to do is not move and be quiet. You can't disappear with noise. Noise, it kind of exposes you. You gotta shut the fuck up. And you're hoping that this oversized lizard with very sharp teeth, and that rattling roar and all that, whatever that noise is that they do in their throats. Okay, that the writers put it. I mean, because how would they know? I mean, that's a hell of imagination, but it fits that. Whatever that ticking, clicking, and roar is, they do at the same time. It works for that. It makes sense. She screams. The girl screams. The kid screams. Pissed me. I was pissed. Because I wanted them to live. And it's like, shut up. You know, and I'm screaming. At them. It's crazy. It is. It's crazy. And see, this is my thing. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this. Real talk. And before I go further, I just want to say this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Jurassic Park has touched the lives of many all around the world and have given people much entertainment and thrills watching it. And for that, I'm sure many are appreciative. So, listen here. I was thinking, I don't understand why anybody watches this and call it entertainment. For one, I don't like entertaining stuff like that. Let me paint a picture for you. You couldn't go to Kroger. You couldn't go to Dollar Tree. You couldn't go to Walmart, Meijer, maybe Nordstrom's. I don't know. However bougie or fabulously thrifty you want to be. You can't go to none of your places. And we had T-Rexes and Galactosauruses or whatever the hell you call them walking around on a Monday. Okay. You couldn't do it. Okay. You can't get the pizza man and you can't even go to the park. You probably couldn't make your own sandwich. No moment is safe. No, I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute. And this is why I say we got to guard our conscience. Because we don't even really be thinking. Put yourself, come on, let's walk this together because I need you to feel what I'm saying. Put yourself in the shoes, because this is how I do when I watch movies. This is why everything I notice as I've gotten older, I don't watch. You know, because I'm a nightmare myself. I'm not even a scary person, but I feel it. I feel everything that they trying to put, that they're sending. I feel it. Yeah. You're in a opened vehicle and you're running away from a Galactosaurus. There is humans, as powerful as we are, and as we're very powerful in our spirit form, and we're still powerful in our human form. But unless we are wielding certain things, I'll say that, and using that to in the battle with them, we're no match. So you're in sheer terror trying to get away from this thing that's chasing you. It's a predator. If you really think about that stuff, is that funny to you? Do you think that's cute? You think that would be fun? You think that would be entertaining? You think that would be amazing? See, my thing is like, you know, that's just like somebody coming in your home, right? Real talk. Somebody came in your home and you didn't know them in and out. You know, you might get somebody that's come around 20 years. You known them 20 years and then they get to saying certain stuff. And it might sound a little crazy, but because you know them, you can kind of like be like, all right. But we don't know who writing this stuff. And my thing is, this is the stuff that they come up with. And then how you just don't know. I'm just saying, you don't even really know what's behind this stuff. Okay. I ain't about to get too deep with it. because I got to keep it surface for a degree. You don't even know the intentions behind it. But what I do know is I don't think it's funny. I'm not trying to entertain none of that because it's just like, that's not even plausible. That's a nightmare. What kind of freak, maniac, psycho thinks that's what? Nobody. There's nobody who would enjoy. Nobody. There's no. I don't care how bad people think they. You think Mike Tyson would want to run around? You think he would like to live on the street with 10 Tyrannosaurus Rex and 5 Galactosauruses in his neighborhood? Talking about Mike Tyson. We talking about Iron Mike. I bet you he wouldn't want that. You think so? What? Yeah. I'm just saying we gotta be careful what we entertain and what we say is okay, is what I'm saying. So that leads me to my next thing. I seen a clip of The Color Purple. Popped up on my timeline. And let's go over what was said. This is the lines of The Color Purple. This is not what Racquel is saying. Okay. Mr. comes over. He wants to get Nellie as a wife. The father of Nellie and Celie says to Mr., you can't have my Nettie, but you can have Celie. He says Celie is not cute. And he used the you word. I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying, not to offend. Hands up. He say, and she been spoiled twice. You can have her. She won't worry you. Something to the fact that she wouldn't even worry you to feed her or whatever. Some kind of craziness. I was so enraged. Took me back. Yes, it took me back. Another childhood memory. That's why I say this is a story time. Took me back. I was staying with my grandma. My grandma's always been fly. Okay. But I was a kid, and this is not a knock at my grandma, so don't come for my grandma. I'm just telling you what happened. This is not a critique on her or nothing. I'm telling you what happened. And she put on The Color Purple. Now, at my age now, when I seen that clip, it made me angry. It made me angry. And I'm going to get to why. I'm going to get to why in a moment. But I know as a kid, there was no way I should have been exposed to that. But I don't remember that. See, that's the thing. I didn't carry that through growing up. You know, so my consciousness probably knew I wasn't needed to see it too. And then too, I don't think I was just watching this TV hard. You know how you be a kid, you be in your own world. She was watching. I look up every now and again, you know, but I wasn't watching it continuously. As I got older, I watched it, you know, and there's a lot going on. And some parts are funny, but it ain't that funny though. It ain't that fun. You know what? This is what I was trying to figure out when I watched this. I said, you know, she was spoiled twice because of you. And so what you saying now you putting division in between your daughters because you saying one, you're saying one looks better than the other. Okay. You're abusing them. You want to abuse this one. Okay, and then later on, she get with Mr. He's very disrespectful to her, treats her like trash. Then he has his side piece come stay with her. And she's crazy and disrespectful until she stopped being crazy. I mean, maybe she was drunk or something that night when she first came, I think. But you know, her and Celie ended up being cool. But it was just a lot of craziness. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think that's cool. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I know you could look at that and say, people have lived that. And that's why this was able to even be put out, because they can identify with someone live with that. But see, this is my thing. Somebody lived it, but if we're going to address it, Let's address it. Let's address it in our families. Let's get these ones that's doing that. Let's get them in real time. But we don't need to address them with a movie and then be putting this on other people's consciousness, because there's a lot going on in there. Number one is telling Black women that the Black man is horrible. Don't get with him. He ain't gonna treat you right. He gonna get a side piece, and he gonna put her in your face, and he's gonna disrespect you, and you ain't nothing but maid to him, and all that kind of craziness they putting in people's head. Then you got colorism going on. You got favoritism going on. This one looks better than that one. Division going on. You got abuse on all type of levels. What type of messaging? What type of sick joke is this? And it makes me mad, and I got real passionate and was in tears when I talked about this earlier, and I think that's when I got cut off. It makes me angry because I try to figure out, why wasn't our people, when this came out, outraged? Why were they not outraged? Do you know how many people, really, a lot of y'all are upset, don't like men, or have an issue with women? A lot of that is because you've been programmed to be that way. It ain't even off your own experiences. Yeah, you didn't have some stupid stuff happen to you. And now I'm not gonna say people haven't been through the gutter and back, because I dare wouldn't say that, but I'm saying not at the rate that these people be. People, since the emergence of social media, everybody has a struggle. Matter of fact, you got people looking up struggles. They're coming up with new categories of struggles just to have it, just to exploit it, so they can be the next one with likes and clicks. And I mean, let's just keep it real. Because that's what I came to do. I came to keep it real. Because if not, why are we doing it? So, it's not productive. And I was mad. And see, the thing is we complain about so much stuff going on, but when do we take a stance about anything? Taking a stance is not getting in an argument on social media, going back and forth, stitching videos, clap back and reposting. That's not what? Unless it becomes a whole social media protest and it actually is effective, it's not effective. It's just conversation. And more often than not, it's going to lean to the way of conversation. Because even if we start together on the united front on that, on social media, we could get some, we can't even do that. We be arguing amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We bringing people in our arguments. Ain't got nothing to do with this nonsense. We tagging people and stuff, being disrespectful. It's crazy. It's crazy. But but before now, they didn't have all this foolishness and distractions that we have. I want to know why, when The Color Purple came out, why wasn't the people of age outraged? Because here's the thing. Y'all be the first one talking about don't put our business in the streets. Okay, you ain't gonna call out the person in your family it's causing some damage and more generational curses on your family. You ain't gonna call them out. But you think this is okay to be public? If you hide that, which does not need to be hidden, okay, then this sure shouldn't be out. I don't. What do we be doing sometimes? And I'm not coming on here to judge. I'm just saying, our consciousness is everything. Our consciousness is how we, what we have internalized then becomes what we not only project, but what we see in the world. And so you got young women that's barely hitting puberty talking about they don't want no man. But they are a society who came from a society that had to watch stuff like Color Purple. And I mean, let's go back to Jurassic Park though. At the core of it is somebody who came up with something they thought was cool, will be a good attraction. They're gonna make some money off of it. It's always about, we're always letting the devil out the cage in the sake of entertainment or financial gain, right? And meanwhile, this whole sick joke ends up backfiring and killing people. Why wouldn't it? They're dinosaurs. And they can. Look how little we are to them. This, who are you? You're insignificant. Think about it. It just makes sense. And then in this latest one, dude ain't wanted to get out. He didn't care about the casualties because he just wanted his money. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know why we okay this. I don't know. It's not that entertaining. If you really put yourself inside of it, it's not that entertaining for real. Thank you to Jurassic Park, who has entertained many and giving people something to do and being such a thrill. We appreciate it. Look, this was a candid story today, okay? Drop in the comments how you feeling about it. I didn't told you. I'm just giving you what I was thinking and what I went through, what I felt. But yeah, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's up. We gotta guard our consciousness, man. We do. Like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you for checking in with me.